class, I wanted to take just a quick minute to explain to you what your grade means and what it looks like, and how to understand the score that you receive on an assignment and where to locate the feedback. I've had a few questions in the past from students wondering why they got a specific grade, and I think that part of the problem with that is that because they might not know where to find that feedback and information, so I wanted to take a minute to really make sure I give you everything you need to fully understand your grade so that you both know what you're doing right and what you might be able to improve on. So with every assignment, every major assignment I should say, because some of the small assignments won't have a rubric since it's just basically complete the work. But for any major assignment, whether you find it through the modules tab or the assignments tab, there is going to be a rubric associated with that assignment. In this case, it's a Module 5 research paper rough draft. But I'm just using this as an example, but any other major assignment will have something similar. When you click on that rubric, it's going to tell you not only when it's due and how many points it's worth, but it's going to break down each section that you're scored on and how many points those sections are worth. So before you take on any assignment, it's really important to not just look at the assignment instructions, but the actual grading rubric so that you can see where you are going to be graded and how heavily certain areas are weighted. So for the rough draft in English 300, you're going to be graded on a thesis statement, your position, your opposition, your clarity and cohesiveness, grammar and mechanics, APA guidelines, and references. And you'll see that each section has various points associated with it. In this case, there are 10 points for references and only 5 for APA guidelines. So all of those together, if you do a perfect score, add up to 100. When I go through and look at your paper, I'm going to be grading it based on the criteria here. So for example, let's say you do everything very, very well, except you miss a few APA guidelines. Maybe you miss your title page, or you forget exactly how to do your in-text citations, but you do really well overall. I would click on the 4.5 button because you just have a couple little errors, as it says here, minimal errors. In that case, I would click on that one grading, and the rest you would get full marks for. What that would result in is a 99.5 out of 100. And yes, you can get half points in most assignments. So that is what you are working towards, and that is how I go through your paper grading according to this rubric. So when you see you get certain amount of points in certain sections, it's based on these specific areas. So if you wonder why you got a 95 out of 100, take a look at the grading rubric and it'll show you which areas I marked you lower on. And if you get a 100%, well, obviously you did perfectly well in each assignment. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from an actual grading perspective, what you would actually see as a student. So let me show you these pictures here really quickly. So this is what the feedback looks like within the grading system. So you'll see here that this is the student submission, and I can go ahead and create markup here however I need to, and I will leave messages within your document highlighting specific areas that maybe you did well, maybe you need to work on, or just that I have questions about. So those are going to be very specific based on each assignment and specific areas. On the right here, you're going to see that I will be grading according to the rubric. So you'll see here, thesis statement, 70 out of 70, clarity and cohesiveness, 15 out of 15. So when I grade, I actually grade by clicking boxes based on the score that you get. And the box that I click will describe why you earned that score, like you just saw in the earlier part within the rubric. For example, the APA guidelines we talked about, you'll see that it said, did really well, but missed a few little key features of APA formatting, so that was a 4.5 out of 5. So I'm going to click on these boxes, and you're going to see your grade for each one based on the given rubric. So you'll see this student earned perfect marks here and got 100%. Then you are also going to see the general comments based on how you did. This is where I'm going to kind of summarize your overall ideas and concepts and what I feel you need to work on or what you did excellent in general. So when you're looking at your score, be sure you take a look at the rubric. Be sure you look at the finalized rubric, meaning the one I have graded, so that you're going to see, let's say the student got 95 out of 100, and they could come here on the rubric and see, oh, I got 10 out of 15 on clarity and cohesiveness. That's why I missed 5 points. That's the section I need to work on next time. Or it could be something like grammar and mechanics. You might have earned only a 10 out of 15 on grammar and mechanics, but you earned full credit everywhere else. And again, that would result in a 95 out of 100. And that would mean that maybe you had some misspelled words that you didn't punctuate correctly or something like that. Again, that you would find that through the rubric that I shared with you here. So grammar and mechanics, let's say you got a 4, contains several spelling and punctuation and or grammatical errors. So this is why you are receiving the score that you're receiving. And you find that by checking the grade form for any given assignment. And like I said, just about any major assignment will have a rubric like this. And this is how you're going to understand why you earned the grade that you did, as well as the feedback that I will be providing within the actual assignment. So taken together, this should give you a very clear picture on exactly what you are doing right, what you might be doing wrong, areas that you can improve, and just general things that I feel I like or I'm interested in, because I'm not just going to give you feedback on things you do wrong. I'm going to try and point out the things that I really appreciate and like, because whether you know it or not, you're actually a better writer than you might think, and I want to highlight those things that you're doing really well or that I appreciate. So if you have any questions about your grading throughout the class on grading just in general or with a specific assignment, don't hesitate to reach out, because I will be happy to clarify why you earned a specific grade. And there might occasionally be, I'm not perfect, there might occasionally be errors, and if you feel that you earned a different score on an area, bring that to my attention and I'd be happy to correct that, because I know I'm not perfect and I try my best. But if you do have any questions about your specific grade that you think might be a problem, or you just want to know why you earned that, reach out. I'm always here to help you. I want to make sure you do your best, and clear communication is the best way to do that. So hopefully that helped you understand your grade and how to find the feedback and what that means. But as I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And with that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.